And now, ladies and gentlemen, permit me, I have the honorable task to introduce a special man in our midst whom you will hear from him in a moment, the Honorable Minister for Education. Honorable Dr. Osei Adutwum, MP of Bosomtwe, is currently Minister for Education of the Republic of Ghana and the Chairman of the Ghana Commission for UNESCO. He's the Member of Parliament MP for the Bosomtwe, I've mentioned that, and hails from Jache in the Ashanti region of Ghana. He was the CEO and founder of the New Designs Educational Groups in California, USA. He has decades of experience in educational policy, planning, and administration. He is a philanthropist extraordinaire. Within a period of 3 years, he has single-handedly sponsored 150 students from the Bosomtwe constituency to pursue programs in engineering and medicine at various universities across the country. Let's give it to the minister. He obtained a bachelor's degree from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and a postgraduate diploma in teaching from Chapman University, City of Orange, California, USA. He further acquired a Master of Education degree in Education Management and Administrative Services from the University of La Verne, California, USA. He was awarded a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Education Policy and Administration from the University of Southern California, Los Angeles. He's a member of the advisory board of the Capacity Building Center in the School of Education and Information Studies at the University of California, Los Angeles, and the patron of the African Curriculum Association. The Honorable Dr. Osei Adutwum is a member of the high-level UN Advisory Group for Mission 47, a new global initiative to put into practice the vision articulated by the Sustainable Development Goals on education. He has received many awards, both locally and internationally, including Association of Technical Universities and Polytechnics in Africa. Award of Excellence for the Development of Africa and National Union of Ghana Students Educational Leadership Award for Visionary Leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Honorable Minister for Education, my best friend, and the best Minister for Education Ghana has ever had.
Dr. Charles Yeboah, thank you for your leadership. The Senior Advisor to the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Honorable Yaa Osafo, former Minister of Finance and Education, the Deputy Minister for Education, Honorable Jointim Fojo, CEO of International Community Schools, Dr. Yeboah, the Director General Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa, Director General NACA, Prof. Yaira, Development Partners, CEO of ASCD IST USA, CEO of Ashesi, President of Ashesi University, Dr. Patrick Ewia, Ms. Zarata Hammond, Transformative Learning Solutions USA, Mr. Kwame Simmons of Simmons Advantage, all other dignitaries present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our friends from the media, all other protocols duly observed. For those of you who are not from Ghana and visiting for the first time, I went through a list. That is to welcome you to Ghana. In America, it will have been a short thing. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are gone, right? In America, we cut through the chase. But here in Ghana, you have to go through the protocols and make sure you don't forget anyone. So at the end, you say, all other protocols duly observed, so that nobody take offense. in case you don't mention their name. So welcome to Ghana. It's a beautiful country. And Dr. Charles Yeboah, a great leader by all standards, has brought us together. He is somebody who has a great vision, and not just a visionary, he makes sure his vision is implemented. This school that you see is a testament to his vision and leadership. He has partnered the Ministry of Education. He has supported our transformation agenda. He has served on various committees that I have set up to ensure that we can change education once and for all. Dr. Yeboah, we celebrate you today. It is with great honor and immense pride that I welcome you all to the Ghana ASCD International Educators Summit. It is always a delight to stand among visionaries and enthusiasts, especially at events like this, where empowerment through education takes the center stage. These gatherings are not just occasions, they are catalysts for change, forums where ideas are nurtured and dreams are kindled. Our gathering here underscores the importance of mainstreaming education for development, mobility, and resilient economies across Africa and all over the world. Our theme, Reimagining Education for the Future We Seek, Africa and the World in Dialogue, is not just a topic for discussion, but a call to action in the world that is constantly evolving. It is imperative that educational systems evolve too. This summit represents a bold and groundbreaking initiative by Ghana ASCD to bring together education experts from Ghana, the US, Europe, and beyond. Your goal is to help exchange ideas, engage in meaningful dialogue, and collaboratively address the challenges facing education. I look at the topic and I say, wow, the theme. Reimagine education for the future we seek, Africa and the world in dialogue. Africa and the world in dialogue. It's me. Spending 26 years in the United States of America, teaching in the school system in South Los Angeles. Those of you who know South LA know I'm a survivor. You can give me credit for that. I remember attending workshops and conferences across the US, and whenever I say that I teach in South LA, they say, wow. That in itself was an accomplishment. Those of you who don't know South Los Angeles, you may not know the story. The story of working in a very difficult part of town, a Ghanaian immigrant, working in the school system. Going to school every day, not understanding what you are going to face in the classroom. Coming from a country where teachers were literally worshipped, into a place where students can come to you and say, what's up, man? It was a great welcome and a rude awakening sometimes. I remember the first time as a substitute teacher who took over a class that has seen 10 teachers come and go. And I was the last teacher. I got a call at 5 a.m. in the morning and said, we are sending you to Adutwum Middle School in Los Angeles. So I went there, beautiful school by all standards. I was super excited to be there. Then the children came in and they walked to me and said, are you going to be our teacher? And I was smart enough to say yes. If they knew I was going to be there for 3 days, I would have been in trouble. So I said, yes, I'm going to be your teacher. So about 2 months for the school year to end. I said, yes, I'm going to be your teacher. And they started jubilating. We fired him. They fired the previous teacher. They had terrorized the guy, and the guy just quit. Incidentally, he was a Ghanaian. Isaac Bedford. He quit. He couldn't stand it. So I walked in with a full understanding that things were going to be difficult. The 4 days I told them turned into months and then about 3 months. It was an interesting experience of a lifetime. The first time I smelled a stink bomb. The classroom environment became smelly. I didn't know what was going on. I was panicking. I called the office and I said, come. They brought this security guard came and he asked the children, who did it? And I was saying, who did what? Because I felt at that time maybe there's a major break in the wall and a sewage pipe was broken and that's why it was smelling. I had no idea that there's something that stinks so bad that they buy from ice cream trucks. And when they put it down and it breaks, you're about to run away. So I survived. And from there, I got the opportunity of a lifetime, moved to Emmanuel High School, where I became a mathematics teacher. Taught mathematics and later on computer science for 10 years. And then came the advent of charter schools. When the federal government was looking for people who would take the 450,000 grant and go about transforming education, I felt I could do it. I applied my first grant and I got the money. And I began the process, bringing people together so that we can develop a 21st century school. A school where all children will be required to do engineering. And we opened in 2004, and at that time, STEM was not such a fancy thing. But we began. And did so many good things there. And one day, many years down the line, I received a visit from an individual who was running for office in Ghana. And he's the current president. He came to the school, and senior minister was part of the group that visited the school. He saw me, got introduced, and he said, would you consider coming back to Ghana to help me change the education system? And I said to myself, going back to Ghana, wow. I have 200 workers, 2,000 students doing all these good things. Our schools were doing well, sending children to so many other universities, a school that began from junior high to high school, Saturday school, everything in and outside the book we were doing so that the children could succeed. You want me to come back to Ghana? So I had a quick call to a mentor of mine, former Congressman late Mervyn Dimely. He was my mentor. I met with him at a Sizzler's restaurant. At all places, Watts, Los Angeles. Watts. We're having lunch there. You have to look over your shoulder. and I popped the subject. Should I go to Ghana? Somebody's running for president. He wants me to come back to Ghana and help me change the education system. Before I could end the sentence, he said, Yao, you've done so well here. Your schools are doing well. But America can do without you. Maybe your country cannot do without you. And I will encourage you to go back to Ghana. I felt at the time that God was speaking with me. I became fully convinced. From the conversation, I came home, I decided I'll come back to Ghana. But when I come back to Ghana, I was going to be a politician too. Because I knew that if I don't join the political institution and structure, it was going to be difficult for me to help him change the education system, because I may have to go and pitch my idea to a politician who cared less about what I was saying. So I too became a politician. I was voted into parliament, and the adventure began. Deputy minister, and then later on the minister for education. I have enjoyed my work here. So I came and we brought about some American ideas, and that's when you say Africa and the world in dialogue. When we realized that we did not have enough school buildings and facilities to implement a free secondary education program. You see, for over 60 years of independence, the youth were ending their education at the end of junior high. And then this president comes and said, no, everybody should have free secondary education. But where are the buildings? Then we borrowed from California, year-round schools. We're able to enroll more students with the limited infrastructure. Today, we have grown enrollment from 800,000 to 1.4 million in our high schools. So, Africa and the world in dialogue. And if we continue the dialogue, great things will happen. So now we are building STEM schools. I'll take a few minutes of your time to do what I call evidence-based communication. Because I know you don't trust politicians for the most part. So even though I'm one of you, so say, maybe he's just talking. So IT, can you help me? Are you ready? If they are ready, I will show you a few images of what we have done, how we are changing the education space. Okay, so a typical school in a village looks like this. You see, rectangular shaped building, painted brown and yellow, where the students wear black and yellow uniform to match the building. It's well choreographed and planned. This is the public school. The middle class of Ghana have left these schools. And they come to schools like this one. Dr. Eboa. He's giving the middle class a place as they run away from this. But we are moving away from this too. We are moving. And I'm going to see this is our new junior high school. So this is like Adutwum Middle School, the one I first taught him. And this is an architectural rendering. So he said, have they done it? Let's move on. Okay, this is one of them. This is a junior high school, biology, chemistry, physics lab, STEM lab, computer lab, everything is there. In September, October, there will be jubilation in a number of towns in this country. We are moving children from dilapidated structure, the one you see there, to this new space. We are moving from 19th century to 21st century. And that is the story of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, who had a vision and invited me, in his words, come, help me change education in Ghana. The change is happening. Some of the schools are nearing completion. In other parts of the country, we're going to see junior high schools like this. We are closing complete the old, dilapidated 19th century schools. We are moving in the 21st century. In Accra, we have one community school. Interestingly, the person who built this school is the one building that school. And so this is Accra STEM Academy. This is a public school, from kindergarten all the way to high school. Our construction is ongoing. When it's completed and we open in September, October, this is the kind of school you're going to see. Transformation is possible, but it's going to take leadership of the kind provided by the current President of the Republic, who has given us opportunity to change the education space. And I'll be quick because my senior minister is here and he will have something to say. So I don't have to say everything. But I want you to know that we need assertive African child. I go to schools, and when I visit schools, I do a lot of surprise visits to schools. And when I engage the students, I ask them, do you have a question for me? If it were in American classroom, every hand will go up. But in my Ghanaian classrooms, especially at the high school level, you're not going to get a hand up unless you prod them and you ask them and encourage them. We have tamed our children. We have to change it. So even as we build infrastructure and back on STEM, we need to also change the learning culture and get our teachers engaged with the children. And it's happening in some of our schools. And it can happen. So I'll take you to a school in my constituency where the Model Junior High School project has begun. And you see how the teacher is seated talking to the children. You can see that change is happening. These are public school students. They look nice, right? and this is their classroom. I visited them. This is called evidence-based communication. This, you can't lie about it. It's my picture. And this is a junior high school science lab. And you see Music classes are not being done. So we are not just doing STEM to the exclusion of STEAM. But because STEM is not well grounded, if we introduce STEAM, STEM will lose steam. So we have music classes. Look, this is what I want. Look at how the teacher is seated with the children, comfortable, working with them. Behind him is a smart lab. We have begun a major education technology integration. All high school students within the next 2-3 months will get their tablet. Every one of them, the 1.4 million. We started the deployment, and we are having a learning management system linked with a Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, so all textbooks will be digitized and students will be able to learn using technology. There's an example. There's Opokuwari School in Kumasi, where we have deployed technology, and the children are learning in a different environment. This is the future and the current Ghana. We are making great strides, but we need support. We need great ideas from every one of you. So in the midst of all this conference, the cross-fertilization of ideas is going to help us improve what we have begun to create a more robust education system. Because what is the purpose of education in a developing country if it's not changing socioeconomic transformation? So education access, we have attained gender parity in secondary education as a result of the free secondary. But many things have to be done, and I'm so happy to see every one of you here. Dr. Ebua, thank you for bringing America to Ghana. I know there are other people from UK and other countries, but I think the majority is from America. And I'm so happy to see every one of you. Welcome to Ghana and have a wonderful stay. I'm told on Monday I have to be back, and I'll come back. When Dr. Ebua asks you to do something, you do it. Because if you ask him to do something, he'll do it for you. Thank you for your service to Ghana. Welcome every one of you to Ghana. Thank you.